What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Three-Way Podcast. I'm your host, Jerks. And joining me today, as always, is JP, a.k.a. Laser 101. Public Enemy 59, a.k.a. Los.
What's up?
And, of course, JD, a.k.a. Captain America McKinney.
I wish I was Captain America.
That hat has to go, JD.
No,
that
it does
hat
not.
has to go.
No, it does not.
Hey, I am a diehard fan. I don't just give up because they do something I don't like. I stick with them to the end, all right?
Damn.
I don't
Shots
bandwagon,
fired,
all right?
Shots fired. But ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about gaming, sports, and pop culture, and let's just jump into it. Let's start with gaming. What the fuck? What?
I tried, bro.
Uh-oh.
Pew 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's Link from Zelda.
Why is he moaning like that? Gaming. All right. The state of play this past week. It was exclusive to The Last of Us 2, where they showed us more gameplay. Honestly, the only thing I really got out of this is that Sony was like, "Hey, remember these?" When they showed the fucking PlayStation Vita. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! I hate you for that."
Hey, man. She was playing. She was distracted by the PS Vita, and
that's
she
why
died because of it.
That's why she got stabbed in the throat for being stupid, buying that stupid Vita, or finding it. Just period.
Yeah.
But
did you guys watch it? What did you guys think?
I thought it was a pretty good presentation. People that are interested in The Last of Us 2 got to see gameplay, systems, the environment, graphics. So you got a little bit of everything, kind of reinforce whether you want to get this game or not. They didn't delve too much into the story. Obviously, it looks to me like they don't want to spoil anything for people, which I think is the right decision. But it looks good, man. The environments look cool. You got a lot more movement available to you. You get right on a horse. You could stealth. You can just flat out attack people. A crafting system.
Yeah, the UI and the way the crafting system works, it looks like exactly like the first one. So I think that's a good thing. I mean, I don't think it needed to change. But yeah.
So it looks pretty good to me. I'm interested now. I kind of wasn't interested before. This kind of made me get a little hyped about it. So yeah. We'll see.
JD?
You know, I didn't watch that thing. I just kind of read the after notes that they put up on the website. To me, I think some of the stealth characters that could make it a little bit more interesting. Again, like I said, I haven't played the first one, so I can't really speak too much on what it's going to look like from the original. I just watched a couple of people playing it, so I haven't really had a chance to delve into it very, very deeply. But as long as as long as they can keep a good character development and add in those extra characters, I think they're going to really make it a little bit more interesting as far as gameplay goes. So we'll have to see how it goes.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
No, but you know what they did show though, like towards the end of that state of play, they did show like Ellie was like looking for somebody, right? She was hunting down somebody, I believe. And I thought that was kind of cool. Like there was this one moment too where she was trying to get into a door. And like it's kind of one of those what is it called, CTE, or those things where you have to kind of like press a button to do something, and like I like the fact that like when she was like trying to do that, she was getting attacked at the same time, and like but you see like kind of like the different angle change, and I thought that was kind of cool because usually when you see those type of moments like you're like camera change, so this is like I'm safe kind of thing, but at the same time she wasn't, like she was still being attacked. She stopped trying to open the door and like try to like counter the guy who was trying to kill her or whatever. But I mean, a lot of what they showed, I'm surprised they showed as much as they did in terms of the violence. I was like, holy crap, she's over here stabbing people in the throat. Like you see all the blood everywhere.
It's a brutal game.
She's over here like lighting dogs on fire with the molly. I was like, holy crap.
I saw the video, and I played the first one, and I like, as far as the game mechanics, the graphics, I see improvements. I see the stealth still being there. I like the fact that there's different options and way you can stealth around. Of course, they brought some of the same monsters, some crusty ass zombies.
Oh yeah, they added new ones too that they're still hiding. Like they said that they like showed they're gonna be some new evolved versions of these. What are they called? I forget what they're calling them.
They're calling something. I forgot. But the point is that this type of stuff looks really, really good for this game. My only issue with this whole thing is the story. We see it focused around a lot around Ellie. It's there. I don't see. I only saw like clips of Joel. I don't see if he's going to be a playable character or Joe. I think right now, currently, it's just all about Ellie, and we'll see where the story goes. It's a world where it's very violent. So I expected them to show some type of gameplay, but at least they showed some gameplay. I mean, I'm not just fucking story trailers, like Xbox. So, I think it's going to be a good game. I personally, for personal reasons, will not buy the game. I'll wait to see how it comes out, see what happens. There's a lot of stuff going on Twitter where this game might not be good and for a lot of reasons. So we'll see. From the graphics and gameplay mechanics, it looks awesome. It looks pretty fun and smooth. I think that's the key word, smooth.
Okay. All right. Well, State of Play, Last of Us 2 coming out. What is this? June 19th. And I think we're gonna be getting the reviews like June 12th. Like that. I think that's when all the information is gonna drop. I mean, all the non-leaked information is gonna drop.
By the way, guys, Elias has seen the leaks. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I mentioned that before. I was like, I'm not gonna wait.
Okay. From the leaks that you saw, good or no?
It's interesting. It's a different take on the story, but it is interesting. So moving on, but sticking with Sony, they're also this week they mentioned that there will be showing. I mean, not this week, but this week coming, they will be showing on June 4th PS5 games. They're gonna do They're gonna do a whole reveal on their PlayStation, the next generation console. So far, they said they're gonna be showing like a lot of games, probably gameplay, obviously. Like I'm assuming like they saw what Xbox did and they're like, okay, we can't do that shit. So it's a good play on their part. They're like they like I've seen them do that several times already, where they like wait for Xbox to do something and then pick at the fuck ups they do, and then make them look bad and make them look real good. So this is just a continuation of that. So they will be doing a reveal. It's so far is rumored to be shown like a whole shit ton of games. I don't know if it's gonna be like them showing like their current games with the like upscaled whatever, like oh look, no delay in loads or whatever, or they're actually gonna be showing PS5 games, like actual PS5 games.
I think we might get both. I think we might.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get both more than likely.
I think they're gonna, like you said, show up Xbox. I think we're gonna get a reveal what the system looks like.
That too. I was about to say like I think we're gonna get a reveal, but I'm like I don't know.
What I saw is a PS5 reveal event. I didn't really see about the games, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to one up Xbox and hey, here are some games, and guess what? Here's some gameplay running on the PS5 engine. I think they're gonna go into what the system looks like. I think they're gonna reveal a price. I think that because they came out with a statement saying that their price has not changed because of coronavirus, that their price that hasn't gone into their decision in price, and that they're still expecting to release worldwide at the end of this year. I think we're gonna get all the information in this reveal event. The PS5, what it looks like, price, and the release date.
Yeah.
And games and some game footage. So, and I think,
like you
said, they're gonna try to one up Xbox.
Yeah. And as they should. You don't promote gameplay and then have nothing but fucking trailers. Like you don't do that stupid shit. I think Xbox, as always, they came out with some products. And this time around, it just failed on them. And Sony saw that and it's like, hey, we're not going to fuck this up. Let's make sure that we get this right. So they're coming out in June. And they're coming out the month right before Xbox releases all their actual single-player games in July. So I think that's a smart move with Sony. I am looking to buy the PS5. Now, it's a little bit different for me.
Switching sides, baby.
No,
2020, bro. no longer a Texan fan, switching to PlayStation. Who is this man?
Number one,
Crap.
baby. Number one.
So I am a Texans fan. I'm not a Bill O'Brien fan. And the Bill O'Brien
He's a Texan,
has
so
destroyed
you gotta be a fan of his
he
too.
He destroyed the Texans. He has more power than Bill Belichick, which is
All
worse.
right, we can talk sports later, but
Yeah.
we're still talking this.
Yeah. So
you're switching to Sony. Cool. Good decision, bro.
I'm going to buy Xbox. I'm going to buy PlayStation because I think with all my heart that PlayStation, when it comes to movies, when it comes to the graphics in movies, they are the best. I've always said that. Sony, when it comes to movies, I never thought they were a gaming system. Never have. I thought they were very good for movies. And they are for Netflix and stuff like that. So I'm going to buy a PS5 to see, what it is. But I'm looking into it. It's not a guarantee. Depending on the stuff that they produce, the stuff that they let out, there's a possibility I'll be like, fuck that. I'm going to stick to Xbox. So for me, it's a little bit different. But Xbox has been falling on their face. Like, to me, it looks like both companies are just like crap right now. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm looking forward to it just to see what comes out and see if PS5 can make it.
Well, this is from an article from Polygon. This digital showcase will run for a bit more than an hour. And for the first time, we will all be together virtually experiencing the excitement together. A lack of physical events has given us an amazing opportunity to think differently and bring you on the journey with us. And hopefully closer than ever before. This is part of our series of PS5 updates. And rest assured, after next week's showcase, we will still have much to share with you.
Damn it. So they might not show everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they did mention that they're going to do, like, a slew of, like presentations.
You're right, yeah.
So, but honestly, I'm leaning towards more, yes, they're going to show it, only because it's so late in the game for them not to show it. Like, usually
it's already June.
We see consoles, like a year prior to their release.
Correct, yeah.
And these guys are like months away, like less than 6 months or something. I don't know. But
let's say they release September or October, November. That's 5 months away. 6, so.
Well, you also got to remember, E3 would have been.
It's holidays 2020, so it's sometime October, November, December.
E3 would have been like in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, and so they would have been. So this is around the time frame they would have been showing this kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah,
so it
that's
makes
true.
sense that this is popping out. I mean, it's a week earlier than what it would have been, but this stuff is probably ready to go months ago.
Good point. Yeah.
So that's usually the time they want to release all this new stuff is during E3.
I mean, like I said, I'm up for grabs right now. If I see Xbox is fucking up, I'm gonna wait. If I see PS5 is fucking up, I'm gonna wait. Mm-hmm. I'm literally going to spend in November more than $1,500 buying both systems and everything. So these motherfuckers here better get ready.
All around, it's a good point that JP makes. Like last time that PlayStation went into the next console with winning, which was from the PS2 to the PS3, they overcharged for the PS3. They didn't really have a good slew of release games, and they started failing. Xbox 360 started that generation beating them out. And then they saw their mistakes. They went into the PS4, totally changing, making it gamers first. Now it's kind of again this time. They're going into this winning. So are they going to come into this with a high price point, thinking they could do whatever they want, like not putting gamers first? Which I don't think is going to happen, but it's a possibility. And that's the thing. Are they going to show us a good product? Are they going to show us great games? Are they going to make us gamers first? Because if not, then guess what? I'm not going to purchase it, right?
Yeah.
If this is another Xbox last generation where, hey, video this and streaming this and you don't care about the games, then you're going to see those kind of same results. So
yeah,
it really depends who's put gamers first, who gives the players the most, like you got to welcome cross-play. You got to welcome making services like PS Now more accessible. Like, you think about the gamer first.
All right. Well, moving on to the last section here. Aiming. Kate Blanchett will be portraying Lilith in the Borderlands movie. Does anybody play Borderlands here?
I did. And I can kind of see it. I kind of see it. Honestly, I really don't care who they get for the actors. They're going to screw it up anyway. But I mean, let's look at the history of video game movies. It just has not done well.
Hey, Sonic was pretty solid.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Sonic was not really a Sonic movie. That was a Sonic in real life movie.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
You know, you can't.
But,
I mean,
Detective Pikachu wasn't too bad.
I did like Detective Pikachu. I mean, that was actually
until the
decent.
end. Until the end of that movie, but yeah.
I mean, Kate Blanchett is not pretty, by the way. Just saying, just putting that out there. She's alright.
The Witcher was pretty good.
I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, these are all productions that have been about video games.
Well,
you're talking about. Oh, okay.
I mean,
she was actually a series, and that was actually did pretty good.
She was in that Thor movie too. I think she did a pretty good job there.
Yeah.
How old is Kate Blanchett?
I'm not sure.
She was in the Lord of the Ring movies as well. You know, I mean, so she's a pretty well-known actress. But all I know is if they don't get Brittany Johnson to play the freaking Angel, who was actually the voice and likeness of the girl in the actual original series, or the original video game, then they're just failing right there because she's already an actress. She already is Angel as far as looks and voice go. You know, if you don't capitalize on that, you're just shooting yourself in the foot at that point.
Well, I mean, Kate Blanchett's 51 years old. She's been working in Hollywood since 1992. She used to be attractive.
Oh, wow.
To some people. She's not my cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, who knows? We all know. I mean, look at Doom. We all know when you get actors that it might not work out. And so,
oh my God.
Kate Blanchett, I don't think she brings an attraction to, like, this movie's gonna be good. Like Keanu Reeves. Like, if you see Keanu Reeves in a movie, you're like, man, this might actually do it. You know? Yeah. But I don't know. I did K on Kate Blanchett. I did K.
I think she could play the part of Lilith pretty good. I think that would work out for her. So.
All right. That's gonna end it for gaming right there. Let's move into sports.
Touchdown! It's a home run. Go!
Oh, look at those empty seats.
And Bill O'Brien kicks the field goal.
Sports. So the NHL regular season has been officially canceled.
Oh no!
Who watches hockey here? I don't know.
Actually, to be honest, it's a big deal because in eastern part of the United States and even sometimes along the West Coast, a lot of people watch hockey. Like, hockey is very popular, and you know that's a big deal because they're a small arena. They're not big arenas. They're small arenas. You can probably control that a little bit more, but for them, they thought this was the best decision. I don't hate on it, but I feel like because it's not for sure yet. They said it was going to cancel, but it's not for sure because I'm looking here at ESPN now, and the NHL plans to test players for coronavirus daily if the games resume, but they're not sure if it's going to resume or not. From the looks of it looks like it's going to be fully canceled.
Problem is with that one, you're going to have to really control the players because, like, you know, what's the old joke? Went to a fight and a hockey game broke out. You know. Yeah. I mean, you got these guys always throwing fists, you know, throwing up. Yeah, again, they're wearing a lot of protection like the NFL players are, and you can also, again, put the face shields up and that kind of thing. But these guys that are, you know, always throwing off their equipment to go fight, you know, you got to worry about coronavirus spreads and that kind of thing too. So you know, it's going to be really hard to kind of control the players at that point if you can't, you know, if you don't have that protection anymore. Now you got to worry about the cases as well. So, bless you.
You're on it.
So,
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's another issue of having to worry about contact with each other, and so it's, yeah, if they're testing everybody regularly, great, but sometimes the symptoms don't show up for 2 weeks, so you don't, you know,
yeah,
it would be perfect, you know, to definitively know for certain if somebody has coronavirus or not without actually testing them, you know, every time, you know, a couple weeks before they got to play. So.
Yeah. So wait. So the NHL is not canceled then?
Not fully. It looks like it is from what I'm seeing here on ESPN.
Well, on CBC, what the hell is Canada News? It says NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman says he has no plans to cancel the remainder of the NHL season due to COVID-19 pandemic. Bettman spoke Tuesday at a virtual town hall hosted by San Jose Sharks for members of their business alliance. According to the Mercury News, Bettman responded to a question of the state of the season by saying ending it early was not something I'm even contemplating. Quote, I believe that if the right time comes and the right circumstances based on all the options that we're considering and all our ability to execute them, we'll get the season done, end quote, Bettman said, adding the canceling is, quote, too easy a solution, end quote.
Well, I mean, they're planning on testing daily, and each test costs approximately $125, and that's what the NHL says. And the commissioner, Gary Bettman, he estimated like 25 to 35,000 will be needed just to get through the playoffs, and he says that that's going to be amount of millions of dollars right there. But I mean, I think at this point in time, if you want sports to continue, you're going to get that revenue back regardless.
From what I'm looking at on the NHL website, they're going to return with the 24 teams competing for the Stanley Cup in a round robin kind of game. So they're going to have two different cities doing it, and they're going to do it that way because I think it looks like they're going to come back for the Stanley Cup. Is what the deal is. I don't think they're going to have a full season. We'll begin with 16-team, 8-series qualifying round, a seeding round robin among the top 4 teams in each conference to determine seed for the Stanley Cup playoffs.
That would be interesting. I would watch NHL if they did something like where they completely changed the system and higher stakes and all that shit.
So it looks like the actual season may be canceled, but I think the Stanley Cup playoffs are still going to go on.
Yeah. Correct.
Oh.
All right. Moving on. NBA wants to restart with the playoffs.
Correct. So currently, right now, the NBA board is expected to approve Adam Silver's plan to start the NBA, and they're going to do it on this Thursday upcoming. Apparently, they're going to bring 22 teams, and this is according to ESPN, to Disney's ESPN Wide World of Sports complex in July. This format would possibly include regular season and playing games to compete for playoff berths in both the Eastern and Western Conference. And that's what sources said. The NBA needs 3/4 majority of owners to approve return to play plan. And the majority of owners have expressed desire to do that. And they've been interviewed and they received governor calls on Friday, and they said they were down. So it looks like this is a possibility to resume the NBA. And for people like, the Trailblazers, where Damian Lillard is upset that he's not going to be in the playoffs, he's going to be given a chance to be that 8th seed or 7th seed. In my personal opinion, they should start with the playoffs. I think Golden State's not going to make it. Sacramento's not going to make it. I think teams like that need to be outside and kept outside of that.
Yeah.
But they're getting some pushback from players. Players like James Harden, who doesn't want the NBA to start. He says we should wait a little bit more. There's other teams that have concerns, because Paul's one of them. But we all know why James Harden, doesn't want to do that. If they do that, they're going to be locked up in this unit, in this area, for the next couple of months while the playoffs take place or till they're over. And James Harden doesn't have a strip club in Disney. So, he wants to do the strip club and throw
who's he going to throw his dollar bills to? I mean, you don't want to throw it to Mickey Mouse. You want to throw it at some ladies. So
Minnie Mouse.
And think about this: if you end up going to the finals, that's a month in quarantine plus another 2 weeks after the finals are done. So
correct.
It's a hard ass for a lot of players. But I think if you're
worried about winning,
yeah, no, these players aren't worried about winning. If you're not LA, if you're not Minnesota. I mean, not Minnesota.
The Clippers. They're both LA. You know that.
Well, if you're not LA, the Clippers. If you're not the
Houston Rockets.
If you're not those teams, you're just going over there really to maybe collect a couple of checks and risk, and a lot of risk as well. So, it's really the teams with a good chance that are really worried about, hey, getting the start of the season and getting a chance at the trophy. But yeah, I don't see, like I said, and I've been saying this whole time, the NFL is going to be the first league to start everything back up. It looks like a lot of the teams are going to have 25% capacity at their stadiums. That's who I think, and I've been saying it, it's gonna be the one to be the first to hold events. Will the NBA prove me wrong? I doubt it.
All right. And moving on to the final parts here in sports. The MLB season 2020, there won't be any?
Yeah, that's what I've been reading mostly. People talking about that. It looks like the 2020 season will not happen because they can't come to terms, and it might actually affect the 2021 season as well. Is what it's looking like.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. They can't find common ground to return to the field. So
yeah, well, the thing is, players agree to prorate it. So if they only play 50% of the season, 75% of the season, then they want 50% of their pay or 75% of their pay. the owners don't want to do prorated. They want to go lower. Players aren't going to do that because they got to be away from their families this whole time. You know, even if they play in empty stadiums, they still want to get paid their prorated amount. And MLB players have a lot of control, a lot more control, I think, than, for example, NFL Players Association does. So they have a lot of say in what their terms are. And yeah, it looks like unless the owners are willing to pay for what they're going to play, the players aren't going to play. Yeah, and it's already affecting the next seasons. Like, a lot of these players sign new contracts with new teams, so they're losing out a whole year, not only of their pay, but the team is losing out a whole year of a lot of these players' prime production. When you look at the LA Dodgers traded for the Boston Red Sox player, I forget his name, but he's basically one of the best players in the league. They traded for him. This was supposed to be his last year on contract before either he stayed with the Dodgers or went on. Like, Dodgers basically lost out on that trade. They traded out for this all-star player, aren't going to get the whole year out of him, and now he's just going to go to free agency next year. So it's already affecting the league. A lot of teams are losing out.
But it's not just them. It's not just them. It's not. I mean, you have the NBA going through that. You have the NFL.
No, of course.
Through that. I mean,
of course. No, everyone's affected for sure.
And I believe baseball players are way overpaid. In my personal opinion, they're way overpaid. So
they're all way
overpaid. Stop bitching. Get your little 5, 6, 7 million. You good, fam. You good.
And you know, it's also affecting the minor league players because a lot of these guys they're suspending their pay. Yeah. You know, some of these owners are suspending the pay of the minor league players because they can't afford to pay it. You know, it's actually going to allow them to cover what the rental is on their stadiums right now. And I bet you those minor league players be like, yeah, put me in, I'll go play. Fuck it. You know? Yeah. You know, when you got these big old guys talking about,
a lot of the players from the big leagues are ending up to having to pay the minor leagues salaries because the owners won't even do it. Even though the owners are billionaires, I mean, to pay the minor league system would probably cost them $1 million. But whatever, they still don't want to pay that.
I've seen some of the owners are doing that. You know, some of the owners are still paying the salaries and keeping up with that.
No, some are.
Yeah.
Thank God the Houston Astros are paying their minor league players up until August, but you know, some owners are not. So.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I mean, but the Astros are cheaters, so.
Still pay their people.
Just on a side note, I love being from Texas. I love Texas. So Texas is going to allow fans to attend any pro sport events that's outside at 25% capacity.
Correct.
So Texas, thank you. I am proud to be a Texan. We don't play that shit up in.
Are you gonna go to the games?
I'm not going to. I do want to go to the Rockets game, but I'm not going to go to Disney, obviously. If it was here, I'd watch it. But as far as the Texans, I'm on strike with them. I'm not doing anything with them. I don't buy their product until they get rid of Bill O'Brien. And you know, as far as I wouldn't mind going to a Dynamo game, but I don't think they're starting either yet. And Dynamo games are fun.
All right. Dynamo's games are fun. Somehow we went from baseball to Dynamo. Ladies and gentlemen,
we covered everything.
That's going to be it for sports. Let's move on to our final topics here in pop culture.
Pop
culture. So I think, what was this, on Thursday or Wednesday? No, Tuesday.
SpaceX. Well, it was supposed to launch on Wednesday.
So,
yeah, but because of weather, they had to cancel it. They actually successfully launched on Saturday.
Okay, moving on then. Thank you. I mean, you pretty much just said the whole thing.
Well, I mean, we'll highlight the big things about it. I mean,
it's a very big deal.
Yeah, this is the first manned space launch we've done since 2011 that didn't involve the ISS station resupply, and it's the first time a private contracting agency has ever launched into space.
And another cool thing.
That's a big deal. I don't know about it. This is a big fucking deal.
Yeah, and then the rocket, this is a plan, a strategy they're using to save money. So that rocket they launched with is reusable. It landed back on Earth.
Yes.
So they can continue to reuse that same rocket instead of wasting billions on building more and more
Another
often. They
one.
continue to use the same one. So very innovative, very cool.
And I think it's more fuel efficient
this is
too.
one of the yeah. So, and I mean, all you got to do is refuel it. You save a lot on everything. And hopefully it's a great first step for us to getting to Mars, which is pretty cool. So,
I mean, it's very important because it's not just that they launch, but also the manner of what they launched, the type of technology that is in that space rocket. It's a big fucking deal, guys.
Bro, I saw the capsule like that those astronauts were in, like badass 4K screens in front of them with all this it straight up looked like the future kind of shit.
You think Elon Musk is doing anything but? I mean, come on.
I mean,
bro,
it
looked badass.
And everyone laughs at Space Force. It looks like Space Force is gonna be coming up with them ships, and they're gonna use that. And who knows, Space Wars might be. So Space Force actually does seem like a pretty good idea.
I know a lot of people made fun of Space Force, but I like the idea of having a Space Force. Like that's fucking tight.
Everyone made fun of the Star Wars project too when it first came out with the under Reagan administration. So yeah, this is making fun of the Space Force a little bit. So. But
but it's good. And Elon Musk came out. He's like, this is something that's and I quote. I think it's something that's particularly important in the United States, but appeals to everyone throughout the world who has within them the spirit of exploration. This is something I think humanity should be excited about, proud about, of occurring on this day. And I think he's right. Just to see that happen, that means it can be done. And we've advanced so much in technology. Hey, man, I'm starting to see voyages to Mars, people. Let's go.
There really is no reason we should not be back on the moon by now, because with all the technology, we got more technology.
Yeah, we should be fucking settled in the moon. The moon should be American territory.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, it's a big deal. I suggest you guys look into it. It's very exciting. I read a little bit on it. I think you should really look into it. It's very exciting.
They were testing a similar rocket the day before, not the one they used for the actual mission, and it did end up blowing up. So yeah. There was a prototype rocket of the same type that they used, and they were like testing it on the day prior. I think it was Friday, and it like blew up. So I mean, obviously everyone, well, this isn't the same rocket. It's a whole different type. Yeah. Still, if I was those astronauts, I would be like, oh shit.
I want to get myself into it. Yeah. No.
All right.
Hey, man.
We're going to space again. Mars, here we come. Elon again is proving that the Earth is round. Sorry, flat earthers. Even though he named his son something really weird, he's done something amazing here.
They had to change it because California law wouldn't allow.
They barely changed anything. They just went from regular numbers to Roman numerals.
But the thing is, it's an actual formula that is used and
Hey, Elon is driving the future, bro. Next thing you know, in 10 years, everybody's names are going to be like that.
Yeah, true. All right, moving on in pop culture here. Sonic gets his official sequel. Like, it's official now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get another Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yes, we're getting
Are we going to have product placements? Are we going to have product placements?
Hey, man. Denny's, bro. Or was it Hi-Hop? Who was it? Denny's or Hi-Hop?
They had Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden, yes.
They had the apartment. What's it called? The apartment thing?
Apartmentfinder.com.
Apartment Finder.
Zoloft, or I forgot what it was.
See, if Golden Corral is smart, they're going to put in on this because they could have Sonic going through and just destroying their buffet line.
Twitter. They should put like get all these big companies to endorse.
Hey man, those are all companies that are great. That are Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. I'm all for it, man.
Hey, a family. It's family,
Yeah, when you're your family, dude.
What I love product placement. It's so cheesy but awesome. And then when they did it,
they had no way. They had to, bro. They had no choice. Ain't nobody was gonna fund the movie. They had to find ways to get money into the movie.
Any movie does that. Any movie does that.
Bullying works. If y'all bully, things will change. All right?
It changed for the better. Sonic looked way better.
This is from the article from Polygon. February Sonic the Hedgehog movie is officially getting a sequel. Paramount Pictures and Sega confirmed the news on May 28th. Variety reports.
Yes.
With director Jeff Fowler and screenwriters Pat Casey and Josh Miller returning to develop the follow-up. Sonic the Hedgehog stars Ben Schwartz as Sonic, with James Marsden as a human cop, and the Hedgehog's reluctant partner. Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik, the scheming villain of the Sonic franchise. Sonic, an alien from outer space in this version, comes to Earth to help. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we know that part. So yeah, they're just basically saying it's coming back. The movie made $306 million at the box office, so it was obvious this movie was going to make another one.
Hell yeah, I'm hyped because this is where we're probably going to see more Tails, obviously.
Yeah.
And we could get Knuckles in this, which I imagine him being like that.
No. I don't like how Tail looks. Let's remake him. Let's bully. Elias was hated. You should have just left the old scary ass Sonic. Like, no.
Hell no. 306 million, baby. Hell yeah.
160 million. That's right. Made it all up.
Nah, I'm excited. I want to see where they go with this. Hopefully, it's no longer in our reality. Hopefully they go to Sonic's world this time, and because I want to see that. I want to see what Green Zone, what's it called, Green Run Zone looks like. Yeah, whatever. I want to see what that looks like in movie form. I want to see all the Sonic universe people. So that's what I want to see. Hopefully this isn't in Earth.
All right.
On Earth.
All right, well, Sonic sequel coming soon. I'm imagining sometime 2021, like towards the end of the year, maybe 2022.
2022.
No, I say 22 because it's still in production right. It's still in pre-production right now.
Pre-production, yeah.
Okay. All right, and our final topic here in pop culture: Attack on Titan, the final season's trailer has been revealed.
It's gonna be split to two. I'm so excited.
Okay.
I read a lot of the manga. I'm so excited.
Yes. We know you all read the manga. You know what's gonna happen. I saw a lot of new characters. And I was like, what? Who are these people? Where are they going with this? It looks like they're going to like either future or past machine guns. I was like, what the hell is happening? So I'm excited to see where this goes. I need to go back and rewatch the last season just so I can freshen up. But I'm hyped, and the fact that they're just flat out declaring this finals, I love it, man. I love it when they don't drag shit on longer than it has to. I love that they're saying, hey, okay, this is one of the most successful animes in all of history, but we're gonna cut it off right here because this is how the story should end. Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm really excited for it, and I want to see where this goes. It looks like they're like going back and forwards towards time. I don't know. I think they're going back in time to see how everything destructed and ended up to this. JP's nodding no. But yeah, I'm excited.
Hey man, I've been watching Attack on Titan for a long time. I got lost into it. I can tell you right now, I've read the manga. It's so manga. It's so unexpected. Everything is unexpected.
Oh, what happens in the manga though?
What? Don't tell me. No, please.
Spoiler alert.
No, go ahead.
Well, the manga goes along a lot with the actual show, so I don't want
the
to
anime.
Say.
No, what
go
ahead.
You want me to? You really want me to ruin it?
Yeah.
No, don't spoil this shit for me.
Yeah, do it whenever when we're off screen.
Well, okay, this is what happens, right? You know how they left off when they were in the sea, right? Well, they find out. But
look at Los's face. He's legal.
Where's the mute button?
I muted y'all so I can't hear. Let me talk good.
Look, guys, it's gonna be fun, exciting. It's the end. This reminds me a lot of not like Full Metal Alchemist, the way it ended. I think it just has its own closure, just like Full Metal Alchemist. Like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood had its own closure. There's certain, like Cowboy Bebop had its own closure. This one has its own closure as well, and I think it should satisfy everybody. In my opinion.
All right. JD, you don't watch Attack on Titan, do you?
I've seen people talking about it. I've seen a few pictures. I've not actually seen the series itself, so I couldn't really speak too much on what I think should happen or what's going to happen. So.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing, JD?
I do think it's good that they're going to close it because you really don't want to drag something on like this, like like Pokemon, where it's been going on for 30 years now. There's something you want to.
All right, so
if they didn't go on that long, Ash would have never
right?
been like what is it called? An elite winner champion nonsense. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, but I mean that's more directed towards kids. This is more directed towards the older audience. So I mean, and you really want to think about it. You don't want to, because at some point in time you're going to do what they call jumping the shark, which means you're going to go in a really weird direction and people are going to lose interest in the show. If you're going to close it at a point where you can kind of tell the story, end the story, and people have a happy. Not a happy ending, but a happy feeling with the conclusion of it, then you're going to do a whole lot better as far as the show's going to have a whole lot better response with its following than it would be if you just keep going and then just screw it up at some point.
So you're going to watch it, right?
I might.
You're
I
gonna watch it
don't know. Like I said, I've seen a couple pictures and stuff from it. I've seen people doing cosplay for it. It looks a little odd for me, but I don't know. I might have to check it out.
I think odd would be right up your alley, JD.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be right up your alley.
Right up there. Deep inside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for us today, but let's end it with our final punches. JP?
So I have been playing Breath of the Wild, as you guys know, and I'm also did the expansion pack. It's just, this game just brings out a little kid in me. You don't know how much stuff is in there with this new pack. You get like your mount for your horse that you can like take anywhere. You can call him and he'll come wherever you want. All these masks. It's just exciting, open world, and I'm doing everything brand new, fresh. So everything is like in play. Like I can doing the Master Sword trials right before I face Ganon and all this shit. So I recommend replaying that game again. It is by far a 10 out of 10 game for sure.
Public?
Yeah, my final punch is I went back and I'm playing the original Final Fantasy VII. I kind of want to go through that before I jump into the new remake. And at first it's a little difficult to get into because it's so old. The graphics are so dated, but man, that story still resonates. It's still really good. I'm not that far in. I know it's a huge game. I'm barely like maybe 10 hours at most in, but man, it's a really good story, and no wonder so many people loved it. No wonder it remains a lot of people's favorite Final Fantasy. I'm starting to discover that now. I can't wait to delve deeper. It's
JD?
You guys do not understand the torture it is to sit there and watch Game of Thrones with somebody who's never watched it before and not be able to tell them, hey, you need to pay attention to this because it will ruin the story for them if you do. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones with my folks, and honestly, I didn't think they were going to like it. They loved it. But it's like I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, okay, pay attention to this. It's going to be a part later. It's like, can't say that because screw it up.
No,
but we're down to like the last couple episodes of the whole series. So it's been
nice.
It's kind of fun rewatching it again with somebody who hasn't watched it before because you can kind of see their reactions.
Yeah,
things
that's
that are
true.
going on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. I think so.
All right, and I need a partner for Apex. I'm tired of playing alone with the fucking randoms. They keep either leaving or they rush too much and they don't want to communicate.
I didn't know you were playing again. I thought you were done playing.
No,
Yeah, I thought you stopped.
I've been playing on PC. The new season came out. It's been
Playing
pretty
what?
fun. Apex.
See, I play on Xbox, but I don't have it on PC. So
Yeah, no, I've been playing the new season. It's been pretty fun. They added a new character and they changed up the maps and they rotate 2 maps and they're pretty cool. Don't think I'm gonna get the season pass though or the battle pass because I'm just like I'm done trying to like waste so much money with that. But yeah, it's been fun. We did the giveaway this past Friday. That was fun too. And yeah, I mean, can't wait to see what goes on in the future. I don't know.
All right.
all right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright then.
Oh, we got a new follower on the Twitch channel too. I just saw that right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for everybody who's been watching on the YouTube side. Everybody has been listening on the podcast audio side of Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, all brought to you by Anchor for free. If you guys are interested in podcasting, check out Anchor. They give you all the tools if you don't have like the proper tools to do it. You can actually record on their platform and just go ahead and send it out and edit and all that fun stuff. Thank you to everybody who was here today, and as always, please leave your comments. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and your mom. And All right. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace out.